I want to begin by telling you a story of something that happened in the first days of our administration. It was literally the first couple weeks as I was serving as Lieutenant Governor and Director of Development for our state when I received a call one day from a site selection consultant who said to me, "I've got some interesting news for you." He said, "We have a client that wants to build a new corporate headquarters, and we're trying to decide between Ohio and Kentucky." He said, "We've identified some land in southwest Ohio that is beautiful. It's large enough to accommodate future growth. It's near the interstate. It's near rail. It's got all the things that we are looking for. Now, the site in Kentucky is smaller. It just barely fits our needs. The access to rail and highways is just sort of mediocre. And of course, I'm expecting good news." And he said to me, "And by the way, we're going to Kentucky." And I said, "Could you please explain that? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me." He said, "Well, here's the problem. We operate at the speed of business. And the land in southwest Ohio that we like is environmentally contaminated. It's not ready. We can't wait 12 months or 18 months. We're going to Kentucky, even though that site is not nearly as good as the one in Ohio." That is a lesson for all of us who care about the future of our state. It's a lesson for those of us, like many of you here today, who are involved in economic development. When a business calls, you must be job ready. And that's exactly the premise of the Job Ready Sites program. It basically says that even if you don't have an identified developer or an identified user, we have an obligation to the growth of our state to make sure that the land is clean, that the land is safe, and we start building near highways, places where businesses want to come. And I do believe that this is perhaps one of the best examples in the entire state of Ohio as to why the Job Ready Site program works and is needed. What we believe is so important is that at the state level, we don't create the jobs, you create the jobs. But where we can come in is to be a catalyst. And the smart communities, the communities that have their act together, and Middletown and Warren County do, as you've seen by the people you've just heard, from the mayor, from Kim, and of course, I'm going to talk about you in a second, Marcia. I think it's fair to say that in the worst economic crisis in our lifetimes, most of us wake up every day and go to bed every night seeing primarily bad news. But if you're lucky enough to have the perspective that Governor Strickland and I have of being able to travel the state nonstop, in the midst of all the bad news, which is serious and real, there's incredible good news. Ohioans who are confident, Ohioans who are optimistic and know that while days may get worse in the near future, that they will get better in the long future and are willing to invest. Every single person here, the mayor, Kim, all of you, are trying to do more with less. You're living within your means. You're tightening your belt. But I don't know any economist anywhere in the world who's respected, who believes that you can cut your way to prosperity. Middletown, Warren County, is an example that you not only must live within your means, you must invest in what matters. And you've made an investment that's brought one of the great companies in the country today, Paychex, right here. That's no accident. Paychex recognized that they were wanted to go someplace where they can not only consolidate, but where the community understand that our future can be very, very bright with passenger rail and high-speed rail, with making sure we do more brownfield development through our Job Ready Sites program and our Clean Ohio program, and making sure that we attract businesses here. And whether it's Amlin Pharmaceuticals in nearby Butler County, whether it's Tata Consultancy, we have a list of successes that all of us together, local, regional, and state, have made over the last few years. And now is not the time to rest on our laurels, and now is not the time to pull the covers over our head and to wait and to pray for a better day. Now is the time to both live within our means and invest in what matters. If you look at that phrase there under the Renaissance District, it says innovation meets opportunity. What you may not know is that that's also the new slogan for the Ohio Department of Development. Now think about this. I was in the shower one day, I admit this, and I was thinking, what can we say should be the tagline for Ohio that represents the fact that we're going to go from steel to wind turbines, we're going to go from auto glass to solar panels, we're going to go and be greener and leaner and faster and stronger. And I wanted it to spell out Ohio. So we came up with Ohio, home of innovation and opportunity. OHIO. Little did you know that great minds think alike. So when I see the Renaissance District, I see innovation meets opportunity. I see the heart, not of just Southwest Ohio, but the heart of America. When I see a healthcare campus right around the corner, when I see a smart office building that is green and LEED Silver certified, all of a sudden, and you see a great company like Paychex, you understand that we are at an intersection right here. There is no better example I can tell you anywhere in the state of Ohio of what we need to do and what we must do now and in the future. So I want you to know that I'm not just here today because I was invited, although that is one of the reasons. I'm here today because having the opportunity to travel to 88 counties on a constant basis, I can tell you that there is no better example of where Ohio needs to go in the future than you. Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player who ever lived, once was asked, what makes you a better hockey player than everybody else? And he very humbly said, I just learned how to skate where the puck was going, not where the puck was. You, Middletown, Warren County, Al Neyer, Paychex, you are where the puck is going. And we're proud to make that investment. Thanks very much.